Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hi friends, welcome to my video column, and today we are going to talk about another interesting book which is going to come out on Delhi riots in second week of September. It's expected to get out in second week of September, and it is going to hit the stands. The title of the book is Delhi Riots Conspiracy Unraveled. It is also coming out in Hindi. It's called Delhi Dange Sazish Ka Khulasa. We all know that recently there has been a controversy related to the last minute withdrawal of Bloomsbury from publication of a book on Delhi riots. And before that there was a controversial book on Shaheen Bagh, and then you had the Delhi Minority Commission's fact-finding report, which was also published, and it also came under fire from its detractors for being one-sided. Now this new book is based on a fact-finding committee's report. The fact-finding was headed by Justice Ambadas Joshi, a retired judge from Bombay High Court. And interestingly, the book which Bloomsbury did not publish, that was also based on a fact-finding committee report. And that fact-finding committee belonged to a group called GIA, Group of Intellectuals and Academicians. The three authors who had penned that book, Monica Arora, then Sonali Chitalkar and Prerna Malhotra. So actually, the three of them were involved in prepared that fact-finding committee report about Delhi riots also. We are all aware that the Delhi riots happened from 23rd to 26th of February. 53 people lost their lives in those riots, which can be called one of the bloodiest riots in Delhi's recent history. And more than 200 people were injured. The deceased included a cop and an intelligence bureau officer also. And then we had more than 1,000 crore property worth more than rupees 1,000 crore was also destroyed. And the Delhi police has detained and arrested in total more than 3,400 people, and more than 700 FIRs have been filed. So and there has been a lot of heated debate has been going on about Delhi riots, and I think these books are adding further fuel to this fire. And because there have been attempts to project Delhi, a certain section as a victim in Delhi riots, and I think these books are basically making a counterpoint. So that's why there is a very strong reaction from the left and the radical Islamists. So the 150-page book, which is now going to come out in second week of September, so it's titled Delhi Riots Conspiracy Unraveled, Delhi Dange Sach Ka Khulasa. In Hindi it is titled as like that. And as I told you, that the fact-finding team on whose report this book is based was headed by Justice Ambadas Joshi, and then it had a retired IPS officer, a retired IAS officer. Then you had former AIIMS director Dr. T.D. Dogra, and a senior lawyer and cyber forensic expert Neeraj Arora. I had managed to access the manuscript of this book, which is being published by Prabhat Prakashan, and it's also interesting that a publishing house like Prabhat Prakashan is publishing it, because it has published literally the books written by the who's who of India, if you look at their catalog, and you can access that by going to their website. And they have published more than 5,000 titles, and they have been there in the business since 1958. So I think it's also important that somebody like Prabhat Prakashan has decided to take up the publication of this book, which is a major player in India's publishing industry. And now the key takeaways from this book, which I think can fuel the debate further. Of course, the detractors would come out with the counterpoints. So to quote a few excerpts from the book, it says that various radical groups such as Pinjra Tod, Jamia Coordination Committee, Alumni Association of Jamia Millia Islamia, Popular Front of India, etc., and the local politicians from Aam Aadmi Party suddenly, after elections in Delhi, accelerated misinformation and hate speech campaigns using anti-CAA as a basis. So that was how the ground for the riots was prepared, as mentioned by the this book. Further, in order to augment the hate speech narrative and map it up with emotions, fear, and religion, these radical groups managed to get the narratives delivered from the mosques in daily meetings through Muslim clerics, and also got it broadcast from loudspeakers in these localities several times a day. So when they are saying these localities, that basically they are pointing towards the localities in northeast Delhi where these riots took place. According to the book, the riots were planned very well, and there was advanced planning for that. It was not a sudden outburst between or not a sudden clash triggered by anything you can say by a speech or any particular individual, but it was very well planned. And why they are saying that this was a very well planned? Because according to them, the radical groups executed the attacks using heavy quantities of stones, petrol bombs, catapults, country-made guns, acid packets, etc., and they were all collected pretty well in time. Further, a large number of outsiders. This is a very important point which hasn't come up much. So the book points out a large number of outsiders, approximately 7,000 in number, largely in the age group of 15 to 35, joined the misinformed locals and led these attacks. Fringe organizations like Bhim Army also joined hands with these groups and mobilized their community to join anti-CAA protesters by adding the sensitive issue of reservation with the anti-CAA protest. So it was a deadly cocktail which was being prepared. The timing of the attacks was chosen carefully, and the comments made by Umar Khalid, the controversial JNU student leader. So according to the book, the timing of the attacks starting from 23rd February 2020 was meticulously planned in advance, as evident from Umar Khalid's comments on 17th February 2020, in which he explicitly mentioned that the riots would take place during the visit of the US President. Then, according to this book, the objective of the attack was to create a permanent atmosphere of hostility between Hindus and Muslims. So that's an interesting point which they have made. And last point which I want to make is that according to this book, the Hindu community was totally unaware about the attacks while the attackers meticulously planned these activities. The testimonies of a few of the witnesses or victims reveal that on the day of the rioting, like the day when riots started, Muslim schools were closed, and even the parents of Muslim children withdrew their wards from Hindu schools at around 10 a.m. just prior to attacks, whereas the children of Hindu families were stuck there. And this book also presents a detailed analysis of how social media was misused to create an atmosphere of acrimony, and I think that's a very important point which this book is making, because we've been witnessing now that the social media is increasingly misused to exploit the emotions, to create a rage, and it is often used to create acrimony between the communities also. So that's a very important point, and because the committee had a cyber forensic expert, so they have gone in detail in terms of analyzing the various posts, the various tweets, the various fake news which was created, and they have demystified this whole campaign which was run on internet by a select group of radical outfits and individuals. According to the book, the social media was used by the radical groups to spread false propaganda among the masses, and they also used to coordinate the rioting, which was spread over a wide geographical area. So that's another interesting point which they have made. So the book as I mentioned earlier, is likely to come out in September second week, and it's also I want to mention here the two young journalists Aditya Bhardwaj and Ashish Kumar Anshu. So they have put this book together, and I would reiterate that the book is largely based on the fact-finding committee report, and I think the debate on the Northeast Delhi riots is likely to continue, and we are going to see some fresh perspective on this with coming out of these books. And I think it's important that the real facts should come out, because there have been allegations and counter allegations, and I'm sure that books like these help in correcting the perspective and bringing out the right kind of facts. And if there is a problem with these facts, then there can always be a counter point made by another book. And I think that is the way civilized discussions and the civilized discussions should take place, and there should not be hue and cry, and the way we see our television channels, the way panel discussions go on there. So whether you agree with these books or not, or whether you have an objection to these books, but I think it's an optimistic sign that even on a contentious issue like Northeast Delhi riots, we are having civilized discussions through books.